Hi folks, this is the Bald Guy, and these are Bald Guy Basics. If you have a collection of tools, and if you have an outside saw, like a chainsaw, it's not going to surprise me that you have a round mill file or a chainsaw file somewhere in your collection. Now, if you only have one of these, in other words, one without a handle, you want it like this. So, when you go to buy one, get yourself a handle, and you can pull these things off and replace them. But I like this one because it's actually got the diameter of the file in it, engraved in the plastic. But what do you do with all of these? See, I told you that I don't want to change this handle out because I always know the diameter of this particular file since it's engraved. So I can't really switch it out to my spares. So what do I do? Well, around here, being that I've made a number of knife handles, I have procured for myself a number of pieces of antler, and I'm looking around here to see where the nearest example is, and I don't see one. It's what happens when your wife tells you to clean up. But I did have a piece of antler that was just, frankly, it was just too little for anything else. But I did with it what I do with any knife making implement. I drilled myself a hole. Just took my drill press and clamped this in place and drilled myself a hole. And guess what you can do? Tapped it in place, no epoxy required. I can now use this and have something that I can get a grip to. The novelty of it is I made it myself. People always ask questions about this kind of thing, but it just lends a little character to your toolbox, and I find that this is quite handy. If you have drilled your hole too big, you're going to have more trouble than I had pulling it off. So be careful the size of hole that you drill. If you have done it, I mean, these things are not going to last forever. And this is a piece of throwaway antler. Squirt yourself some Gorilla Glue right down in the hole and drop it down in there, and you'll find that it'll stay through 99% of anything you can do with it. So another little quick hack for your toolbox. If you have access to some old antlers, and antlers, if you don't know this, are prized by knife makers, especially if they're any size. But there's not much you can do with these smaller tips, not much that a knife maker can do. Cut the small tips off and give him the big part where he can make scales, or sell them to him, whatever you choose to do. And you'll have a nice little conversation piece that is very practical in your toolbox. Leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next video. This is Bald Guy Basics.